In the vast silent theater of space, there's one question we can't seem to stop asking. Are we alone? For decades, we've had our electronic ears pressed to the cosmos, listening for an answer. And in 1977, for just 72 fleeting seconds, we might have heard something. A strange, powerful radio signal cut through the background static of the universe, at one point appearing dozens of times stronger than the ambient cosmic noise. Then, as suddenly as it arrived, it was gone. This is the story of the WOW. Signaled the most compelling alien message we might have ever received. Picture this. It's 1977. At Ohio State University, the Big Ear radio telescope, a beast of an instrument the size of 3 football fields, is patiently scanning the heavens. It's part of the early search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI. The telescope itself doesn't move. It just lets the Earth's rotation do the work, sweeping a narrow strip of sky each night. On August 15th, an astronomer named Jerry Emin was doing the decidedly non-glamorous work of sifting through the previous night's data-long sheets of computer paper filled with letters and numbers. Most of it was just noise. But then, something made him lean in closer. A sequence of characters that shouldn't have been there. 6EQUJ5. This was not random static. The code represented a signal that swelled and then faded. Exactly what you'd expect from a fixed point in space as the telescope swept past it, and its strength was off the charts. The characters were part of a logarithmic scale, where 6 was already a big deal, but the letter U, that represented a signal-to-noise ratio over 30 times higher than the typical background chatter of the cosmos. Emin was so floored that he grabbed the nearest red pen, circled the sequence, and scribbled a single perfect word in the margin. Wow. The name stuck, and that 72-second blip became the most tantalizing mystery in the entire search for life beyond Earth. So, what made this signal so special, besides its raw power? First, the duration, 72 seconds. That's the exact amount of time Big Ear could observe a single point as the Earth turned. This told astronomers it almost certainly came from deep space. Second, its frequency. The signal was clocked at around 1420 MHz, famously known as the hydrogen line. Since hydrogen is the most common element in the universe, scientists have long theorized that any smart civilization trying to get noticed would use this universal frequency as a cosmic calling card. At the time, a signal so sharp and narrow was thought to be a clear hallmark of technology. Unlike any known natural source, astronomers were ecstatic. They immediately pointed the Big Ear right back at that same patch of sky in the constellation Sagittarius, expecting to hear it again. They listened, and they heard nothing. Crickets. In the decades since, dozens of far more powerful telescopes have stared at that exact spot, hoping to catch a repeat performance. But the signal has never, ever returned. In science, if you can't repeat an experiment, you don't have a result. You have an anomaly. The profound silence that followed the WOW is what makes it so incredibly frustrating. It was as if something shouted a powerful, intelligent-seeming hello from the darkness, and then vanished before we could even react. Of course, scientists have been working hard to find a non-alien explanation. Could it have been a stray signal from Earth bouncing off some space junk? Unlikely. The signal just didn't fit the profile of terrestrial interference. A few years back, a theory about a passing comet gained some traction, but that idea was largely debunked. The comets in question weren't in the right place at the right time, and their hydrogen emissions would have been way too faint. Today, the leading natural explanation is that the signal was caused by a rare cosmic event, like a flare from a supermagnetic star, a magnetar exciting a nearby cloud of neutral hydrogen, causing it to glow brightly at that exact frequency. While this can't be proven, it's considered the most plausible natural model that fits the data. But that still leaves the big one, the what if that keeps us looking up at the sky. What if the signal was exactly what it looked like on paper? A deliberate, targeted beacon from an intelligent civilization. If that were true, its detection would represent the single most important discovery in all of human history, answering our oldest question with a definitive no. You are not alone. It would completely reframe our place in the universe not as the sole proprietors of thought, but as one voice in a vast, ancient cosmic conversation. For 72 seconds we might have accidentally eavesdropped on our galactic neighbors, only for the line to go dead before we could even think of saying hello back. So where does that leave us? While many astronomers now favor a natural explanation, the WOW signal isn't a completely solved case. It's a choice between a likely, but unprovable natural phenomenon, and a far more incredible, and equally unprovable, alternative. Was it a 1 in a billion cosmic fluke? Or was it our one and only chance to learn that we're part of something bigger? A message we just weren't ready to hear. What do you think is the real story behind the WOW signal? Let me know your theories down in the comments. And if you found this dive into the unknown as fascinating as I did, make sure to like and subscribe for more explorations of our amazing universe.